loves radio. This is where you go if you want to see something or if you want to hear something funny. Coming up in just a couple of minutes. This is a joke I told. What? I'm not on Dove Radio? Call the police. Call my agent.
Here we go. You're on.
And we are live. Check out our Jersey Stench here in Long Island on Governor's Radio. I am John BRECKO. Unfortunately, PJ's out. He's sick today, and he'd probably smell worse than normal. But this is the Jersey Stench. We got another comic coming in just a little bit. But right now, I'm very, very excited to have on our guest today. I've been looking forward to this for a little bit. And I'm happy we got her on. She's got a lot of shows coming up. She's going to be in the Long Island Laugh Off. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for ALYSON Chadwick! Yeah, let's go! I look so unexcited looking at that screen up there. But dude, it is so nice to meet you. How are you? How's everything?
I am fantastic. Thank you for having me. This is wonderful.
Dude, we were having a ball before we were on the air. Me, you, Tony, we were all talking about pussy. Actually, our cats.
Well, you gotta talk about pussy sometimes. Friday's the perfect day for it. It's pussy day.
Exactly. I didn't know that.
I think it is now. That's
all
a
right.
new thing.
We're gonna make it a thing. That's what the Jersey Stench was.
There you go. Pussy.
But, I mean, we talked a little bit about comedy, and you told me you did it on and off. You used to work, in politics, and you weren't able to do it at the time. I mean, how does it feel finally just getting out of that? I can't imagine being able to work at that. I feel like that would drive me fucking nuts.
Well, I mean, I really loved what I was doing, and I felt like I was making a difference, and so it was worth the trade-off. Then I got to the point where I just didn't want to make that trade-off anymore. So now I can say whatever I want, and
Right.
I like it. And I say some things that, piss people off, but that's all right.
Well, I mean, I feel like you wanted to do that for a while.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I mean, there's so much ridiculousness out there. Like, I don't know if this is appropriate, but
That's
I have
fine.
an idea that, for the Democrats, that instead of, we should embrace our love of abortion and maybe team up with McDonald's and do a promo, filet o fetus.
All I'm saying is...
That's what I think we should do.
All I'm saying is pullout game is strong with the Democrats.
Democrats are such pussies. They're like, oh my God, Joe Biden is old. I had no idea. Like,
No shit.
Like, oh
Of course
my
he
God.
is. Looks like Tony could be his son.
Grandson.
Tony's
maybe.
a pretty old looking guy.
Sitting there minding my own business, you son of a bitch. Now I will cut you off.
Show ends at 2 p.m. Now it's definitely ending then.
I
But-
think, though, the Democrats all turned into Kristi Noem. One bad night, we're ready to take Joe Biden out to the gravel pit. You know, she shot her puppy.
It's right behind here. Mo Meltz is here in the studio. Let's go!
Hello.
Damn you.
I know.
How
Damn
dare
to
you.
hell.
I didn't realize that the southern state was going to be itself.
But
You'd
it's
re-
always such a joy.
You realize this is the first time I'm meeting Mo Meltz as she decides to come late to the show?
Dude. Actually, you were my first panel kind of podcast that I did.
Yeah, and then you started doing comedy after that. I think I dragged Mo Meltz down to hell with everybody else.
You know what, though? I had a very good time doing it. I'm not really doing stand-up comedy anymore, but I'm doing the podcast here. I started working with an improv troupe, so I'm just excited to be here.
Well, how come you stop doing comedy? Let me ask about that first.
Scheduling, mostly. I have 2 teenage human beings that are living their best lives, and I'm the Uber.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Uber Mo.
It's so true, and they're expensive, and, but dang nabbit, they're
They're an Uber you have to pay for.
pretty much. And my oldest now gets pleasure of existence money.
Your tips are negative $26.
And your reviews are in the toilet.
I know, they're the worst.
Oh, they're gonna be in the toilet no matter what you do.
And I'm not the nighttime driving home mom. Like, I am the first. I will pick up all your friends. I will drive you there. I'll drive you there at 4 a.m. No problem. But, oh, you're going to be out past 9 o'clock. You need somebody else to drive you home.
You better figure that shit out.
It's
I like
interesting.
that you set your limits. You set your boundaries.
Oh, I
like
have
that.
to.
Yeah.
They know.
There's only so much you can do, you know?
It's, like I said, living their absolute best lives. And I'm very, very lucky. But it's keeping me extra busy.
Yeah.
But all good things.
Yeah.
How are you, Allison? I haven't seen you in a while.
Fantastic.
Excellent.
I was happy to be here.
You look good.
Thank you.
Excellent. Hello, Tony.
Hi, baby.
Yeah.
Always a pleasure.
Likewise.
And by the way, John, congratulations.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Yeah, I did the worm at the wedding. We licked a sword. It was a great time.
That is awesome.
You licked a
Right?
sword?
Yeah, we did. We had like a big pirate sword there, and we cut the cake with it. And you could literally hear PJ yelling on camera. He's like, lick the sword! Lick the sword! The person holding the phone is like, don't lick it. No. No.
Is there
And
luck involved with licking it? Like you lick it, you get something like the kissing the Blarney Stone?
No, not really. Just cake. Just to taste the cake in my mouth off a metal sword.
Yeah.
pretty good right now.
Because nothing tastes better with cake than metal.
Metal.
Cake
Yeah.
with a little metallic mix in it.
Yeah, all
you
right.
I
gonna
like
do?
to put little metal shavings in the cake that I make just to give it that.
Oh, can you imagine?
And that's why I stopped coming over.
Can you imagine how bad that would be just going out the other side?
Oh, gosh.
No, it's like when you take the dog to the vet because you have suspicions of that and then you just see him on the x-rays.
Yeah, right?
Like staples or a paper clip or whatever else the dog has in them.
I'll tell you this. A friend of mine's cat got into that ribbon that gets all curly
Okay.
and
Okay.
ate it. And so part of it was around the tongue and part of it was sticking out the butt. And that was a bad day for everybody.
That looks,
Oh, that cat was a necklace.
Yes.
yeah, that looks kind of cool. You could just wear the cat. Just could, like twirl it around a little bit.
There you go.
Curly cat.
You want to go to a bar, just stand on the top of it, just twirl the cat around. Treat it like a streamer.
Exactly. Woo! Mardi Gras, give it away like beads.
That's right. You know what? I'm sick of this cat.
Aw, no,
Here's all
poor
the beads.
kitty. Well, hopefully the string was...
Cat was fine. They took care of it at the vet. Cat is
Yeah,
still
I was going to
alive.
say that might be one I would want to be anesthetized for
Oh,
if I
yeah.
was the cat.
Right?
If I'm the owner of the cat, I want to be anesthetized to see that.
Like, I have a dog, and occasionally there's something, remnants of something lingering, and, I got to be like, okay, I got to be brave and go and see what this is, But no, if it was still sticking out her mouth, be a
Yeah.
whole other
Yeah.
story.
It was
Yeah.
wrapped around her tongue. And
Ugh.
If it's that, I can't be brave. Not being brave anymore.
How are your kitty meows?
Dude, they're doing great. They're living their best life, and we don't have to drive them around. So
That's the best part of cats. They live
Yeah.
their best life in your house.
yeah, they're living their best life. They shit in a box. I only have to clean it up every so often.
I have a new box that cleans itself.
Nice.
What?
And it's on the
What?
internet, so I can check and see right now if they've used it since I left the house.
Oh.
So
Because
you
I
don't-
can't have enough devices attached to the
So
internet.
you don't have to do anything with it. You don't have to change litter, nothing.
Well, I put litter in it, but then
Okay.
it goes on and it scoops it into a little container in the back, into a bag, and I just take the bag and throw the bag out.
Cool.
Oh,
It's
all right.
amazing. It's
I've never-
life-changing.
I've never heard of that in my life. Yeah, so you don't have any cleaning you have to do at all.
I mean, I'm still kind of transitioning them from the old box to the new one, so I still have the old boxes.
okay,
But they are starting to use the new one, and it's
that's why.
orgasmic how happy
That
I
makes
was.
sense. No, because I have to go forth. I have to clean that like 3-4 times. I got to change litter. I mean, it's not that bad. It's just when you procrastinate with it, you know,
See, I have a 26-pound cat who pees like a person.
dude.
Dude.
I thought my cat was big.
Yeah, like a person.
Thor was 20 at
like
one
a
point.
person. Hey. Shit's in the toilet too.
Oh, God, I love
Shit in a box.
I have a friend whose cats use the toilet, and I'm so jealous when she posts pictures or videos of them.
You know, we had Jen Snortland on last time we were here a couple weeks ago, and you know, she swore to herself she would never make poop jokes until she came on the show. And we kind of flushed that down the toilet.
Aw.
Clever. You flush the poop jokes down the toilet.
That's as quick as I could think of that. I think that I ever have.
Of a poop joke?
Yeah, just that one was just off the top of the rim.
Well, at least it wasn't shitty.
Yeah, right. You didn't miss the rim at all, right?
Oh, no, not at all. You know, American standard.
Over your head, down the sewer pipe.
There you go. That one was a reach, so we're going to end on that.
That's fine. I'll take it for what it is.
Tony's just shaking his head at me.
I mean, how was comedy though when you were doing it?
She was great. She is.
I'm
great.
Thank
Sure.
you so much. No, I started mid-pandemic, so I started
Yeah.
it, with you,
Yeah.
doing everything virtually. And then, look, I had a good time while I was doing it. I met a lot of amazing people. It's just not my thing. I'm definitely not a headliner.
Yeah.
I'm really not working well towards being a feature. And I tried, I enlisted Rich Walker's help with everything. And we started writing jokes for me. And I was starting to come up with a set. And then my health issues started to happen
Okay.
again. So it just kind of took everything out of the way. With balancing everything else out, unfortunately, being mom, all the other amazing things that I'm doing with my time, unfortunately, comedy had to be just kind of set aside.
Yeah.
I can relate to that. Life sometimes comes in and interferes.
Just that's it. Life on life's terms, and if we don't take care of ourselves first, it's.
Yeah.
I'm very active in recovery.
You're not going to
so
be
I
able to
need
do comedy then.
No, exactly. No, if I get to the point that I want to be active again, if I want to start, let's say, actively drinking again, I'm throwing everything that I have worked so hard for away. So it's easier just to take that step back and go, you know what, I have to, some things just have to go on the shelf right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've had to put aside some projects I was working on now that I take care of my mother. She's 83 and was just diagnosed with Alzheimer's. So I'm getting back into comedy, but I definitely have to put other things kind of on the shelf, at
Yeah.
least temporarily.
It's tough. It's tough. I mean, you just got married. Now do you have breathing room? Now that you guys are done with the wedding and everything?
I mean, yeah, we do. I mean, I work full time. I might be getting a second job as a personal trainer soon.
Oh, nice.
So the breathing room I have might go away a little bit. But, I mean, no, things are good. I mean, we have a lot going on. I mean, we have the cats, we get to go on date night, most of the time. So,
I have no idea what that is.
every week, every other week, we have a chance to do that. So.
Nope.
That's
Nope.
nice.
You're talking a funky foreign language to me right now. I have
I'm,
no idea.
I'm talking to somebody's mother.
Well,
That's
yeah.
why.
Anyway, no. After this, I have to go and pick up my humans because Ubering. But we're going to a concert tonight in Bethel.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, so I'm
What
excited.
concert?
Jason Mraz.
Oh, yeah?
Well, if you're gonna take teenagers to a concert, don't get me wrong. I would love to take them to see Korn. and they would love it too.
You absolutely should.
Don't get when they're a little bit older. I need them
Okay.
to be like, I don't want to be the one to expose them to weed.
Yeah.
Just,
Fair enough.
Well, actually,
Like, let
we're going
somebody
to
else do
Mraz
it.
tonight, so who
What's
knows?
gonna happen?
I mean, honestly, if you like smell it or see it or any of that, you might as well just take them to a Chord concert after that.
There
Yeah.
you go.
Like, just feel it out at Jason Mraz, and then see from there.
Do you ever take them into the city? Because I feel like I smell pot every time I go in the city.
Absolutely, but not for a concert. They have
Right,
yet to
right.
go to the Barclays or Madison Square Garden with me.
Well, they also may not know what it smells like just in the city. I feel like at a concert, you'd be able to
Yeah,
kind of pick it out a
maybe.
little easier.
I just know
They
when I'm in
know.
the village, it's like,
Oh,
my
they do?
goodness.
My kids know.
What are you worried about taking them to Corn for?
I don't want them to get like, I don't want to be like, hi, I'm mom. Let me expose you to this lifestyle. Like, they just happen. That's another influential adult in their life who is not me's job.
Okay, there you go. I get it. That makes sense.
Yeah, that's fair.
Feel that.
I mean, but I have a question for you. So, you mentioned not being able to do comedy for a little bit when you were working in politics. So, I'm assuming you were doing it before?
Well, I've been working in politics most of my life. I started doing volunteering campaigns when I was 8 because I'm not normal.
Okay.
But then I started doing comedy. I was working for a nonprofit, and they didn't really care what I did.
Okay.
But then I started going. Used to work on presidential campaigns
Yeah.
and other campaigns. So when I went back to campaigning, every campaign was like, "No, we don't want. If you're going to take this job, you can't do that." So it was pretty clear.
Okay. Gotcha.
For image purposes and stuff like that, of course.
Well, they were afraid I'd say something that would be controversial, and unfortunately, I wish they'd told that to the candidate. That some of the candidates I worked for said things all the time that were like, "Oh, dear God."
And
Like,
they're-
how is what I gonna say make headlines like that?
Yeah.
So what are we really worried about here?
Yeah, I think sometimes, well, especially because I'm a Democrat, and Democrats, as we've established, are pussies.
Yep.
They, like I once was asked when I was an intern for President Clinton's White House, I was asked if I'd ever done anything that might embarrass the White House or the president. And I'm like, did you maybe ask him that question?
Yeah.
Because nothing I've done, it's
Has embarrassed anyone the same way.
Yeah.
I thought that they did ask him, and he said he did not inhale.
Actually, it's funny that you bring that up because in the 1992 campaign, they asked both Al Gore and Bill Clinton, did you smoke pot? We all remember what Bill Clinton said. Does anyone remember what Al Gore said?
Yes.
What did he say?
I bet he said yes.
He said, I was in Vietnam. Like, duh. And
Of
it
course
went
I
away.
did.
I think if Bill Clinton said it was the 60s, it never would have been a controversy. It's always the cover-up that's worse than the crime.
It's also interesting, and I can't even believe that I'm going here. It has to do with I was a caseworker for 13 years for HUD, all that. And some of the housing laws that were put into place, like the one strike and you're out rule, was under the Clinton administration.
Right.
Because I just remember knowing it. And I'm only saying that just for the date and the time of that. So those rules have since been changed, but it was how government services were being crafted at that time. And, I'm not saying anything political here. I'm just...
There are a lot of policies, I think, that went through under Clinton that I do not agree with. For instance, the 1994 crime bill, which at the time I supported because of the Violence Against Women Act and the assault weapons ban. But it clearly had disastrous results for a lot of people around the country. So, I'm a Democrat, but I can...
Either way, I think it's okay to inhale.
I can't smoke anything.
Just go to a Corn concert. You'll be fine.
There you go.
I'm all about gummies. I'm not going to lie. Love the gummies.
Oh, dude. I tried those once. I really liked it.
I've been going on cruises this year because my mother loves them, and she opens up it's great. She opens up like a flower on these cruises. And I had some gummies on my last one, and laying on the boat, on the bed, gummy. I'm like, this is awesome.
Word.
Sweet.
Yeah, no. It goes down nice and easy. It hits you before you even realize it. Like, I remember I had one, because me and PJ also do a show at Hamilton Radio. This is before PJ came on. But a friend of mine gave me one, and I'm just sitting there relaxing. I don't realize it's hitting me, and then you get up and you're like, wee!
Well, the night on the boat, we hit a really bad storm, and I got
Okay.
up and to the bathroom, and we hit a wave, and I just went flying. And at first, I'm like, wow, that gummy hit me pretty hard. But then it's like, no, they've got an announcement. Please be careful. We're hitting rough seas. I'm like, oh, it wasn't just the gummy.
Go home, you're drunk.
Yeah, unfortunately, people got very sick. People were drunk, and we hit all these waves, and there was a lot of vomiting happening in
Oh,
the
I'm sure.
elevators, and I did not care for that.
I didn't do it in the elevator, but I was definitely a victim of my own stupidity.
All right, what happened outside of the elevator?
No, I was just, I was a horrible drinker still at the time. I was on a family cruise, so I'm like, good, it's a self-contained environment. How much harm can I do? And anyway, I end up walking the halls and inevitably relieved myself.
That's in the hallway. That's even worse.
Yeah, and carpet walking a little bit, the whole thing. It was...
I saw some of that on the boat for other people, yeah.
You're
not alone in that, I don't think.
That was definitely during my bottom.
I thought you were going to say you just dry heaved too hard and fell overboard.
Oh, gosh.
No, not off of that. There was a fishing vessel, though, outside of Freeport. I'm just kidding. I didn't actually fall overboard.
You fell on the fishing vessel?
Yes, I fell onto the fishing vessel.
It's a nice catch.
Exactly. It was like they took me and then they weighed me in front of people. It was very embarrassing. I was hanging upside down.
I figured they just you fell in. They just took you in the net with all the fishies.
Yes,
you just smelled for a couple of days.
Ooh, yeah.
I'm just very lucky that I didn't get picked up by some actual pirates.
Did you start drinking? Yes, you smelled like it.
Well,
why does whatever you're drinking smell like salt water?
Oh, yuck.
Anyways, you were going to say something?
I don't even know what I was.
I'm sorry.
So back to pirating.
Yeah, let's talk about piracy. Let's talk about pirates. I'm down.
Pirate, all right. I don't know why, but let's... I was thinking the other day, and I think it's because I now have to explain what it's like where the technology that my children are now using has come from. So, because they don't understand not streaming services and not having every single movie that they could ever want to watch available on demand, and they have no idea what that's like. So I explained to them, and I'm telling them I'm older than the internet. I was in college the first time that I used the internet. Look at you with your fancy phones when you're in preschool.
My dad's as old as cable television now.
How old is cable television?
I was trying to look up facts for it. Apparently it was 49. Because he was born in 48. So.
Okay.
Yeah. He's
cool.
old.
He is old. He's as old as my mother is, which is nice. So happy 70th.
He's going to be 77 in March.
That is incredible.
Yeah.
God bless you, sir.
Yeah.
Is he a pirate?
No, but he looks like Santa Claus.
That's not very piratey.
Yeah, I don't think of
cares?
Santa and pirates.
Unless he's Captain Feathersword.
Ooh, I like that.
Remember from the Wiggles, Captain Feathersword?
No, but I should call my dad and be like, "What's up, Captain Feathersword?"
Ask him to do a weather report for you, because Captain Feathersword did that, and I believe one time it was pelting popcorn.
Either way, it's gonna fuck his day up when I call him that.
I wish he would pelt some popcorn. That'd be nice.
Right? Well, not for the people that have the corn fume allergies.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Screw him.
That's not right. Nah, maybe.
Oh man.
Allison and I did a thing in the city. We did.
Oh yeah, Alice in Wonderland.
It was like a scavenger hunt, but it was completely interactive on our phone. So it was me, Allison. A couple of other comics were with us also, and
that was fun.
We were going around, we were checking in places, we were activating things, we were playing games together. It was a really good time.
That was really
fun. That was a
we
fun
should
adventure.
Do that again.
We
that
should.
Does sound fun. You said it was a scavenger hunt?
It was the interactive Alice in Wonderland experience. It was all over the village in the city.
Ooh.
And you had to go places and scan something in and solve a puzzle or do something. It was cool.
We started in Washington Square Park, and we ended up going all around NYU at some point. Yeah. But that was a good time.
And people were dressed up in all the characters from Alice in Wonderland, which we didn't do, but next time I would totally do that.
Everyone's cosplaying everything these days.
It's fun.
I know.
Yeah.
I love it.
It's like Halloween for adults. I love it.
Love Halloween.
Yeah.
And I do highly respect the cosplayers and the LARPers and them who make the really cool costumes. I've been watching these people do it on TikTok, and it is incredible what they are coming up with. Very much so. I know people who are part of Saber Guild here on Long Island, so they're like the Jedi, the Resistance, and they're training kids on how to use their lightsabers, and it's actually a really cool thing. It's a nice charitable organization, but from them, I've learned how expensive it is to maintain a
Oh my
costume
God.
collection, and you have to keep
It's
adding
expensive
to
just
it.
to buy an actual like costume.
Right, and this
Yeah.
is like a collection that these guys have. It's
Oh,
cool.
jeez.
But then but you know what's nice? They put them on. They go to the hospitals.
That's
with the
fun.
children. Yeah, can you imagine how cool
Yeah.
is that?
That's very cool.
No.
you
that's
you
cool.
need some heart to be able to do something like that.
I want to
Yeah.
do an escape room.
I love escape rooms.
I've never done one. I'd love to do that. We should do that.
We should do that.
It's so much fun.
They make me feel so dumb.
I'm so good at them.
Are you?
I am so good at them.
Oh God.
I'm like a record holder.
Are you
Gotta go
really?
with
Yeah.
her.
Oh man.
No, like me. Well, here's the thing.
Like the look on her face just got really intense.
My best friend Cindy, and I'm saying best friend like because we met when we were 13, you know, and we're still like. But anyway,
Yeah.
we are so good at doing escape rooms together that we will just walk into a place even if it's just me and her. Actually, we go very quick if it's just me and her because you just after a while you recognize.
Oh, the
What kind of
patterns.
clue would go to what kind of puzzle?
Okay.
You know, so you'll notice if it's colors or numbers or signals or, you know, stuff like that. So her and I just got so good at picking that out, we could escape rooms, you know, certainly in less than an hour. We bring the damn kids with us. Oh my God, they
takes the entire
suck.
time.
Oh, they suck because they move things and then they don't say when they found things and then they take things.
They sound like my mother.
They're
My
just.
mother with Alzheimer's.
You'll
Sounds
get,
like
okay.
that.
So Allison, I will
Your
absolutely.
kids have Alzheimer's, bro. That's what she's trying to say.
No, I just my mom. Anything I have, she squirrels away somewhere, and I'm like, "Where was that?"
And she just
prescription?"
forgets.
And I didn't see it, and then I'll find it, and like in with her knitting. I don't know.
Well, I'll tell you what, I cannot wait to do an escape room with you, but if
So
you don't
fun.
mind, I will not bring my children.
And I won't bring my mother.
Wonderful. We have an agreement.
That's definitely doable.
Okay,
More
excellent.
fun for both of us.
I'm not gonna lie. I kind of want to watch the escape room with your kids and her mom,
That would be actually
and
hilarious.
just to see how that goes.
That'd be hilarious.
Like, just let me just watch the entire hour and
That
just
could
see
be
what
on-
goes
yeah.
on here.
That video would go viral.
Like, dude, one number's gonna be like in the corner. One letter's gonna be like in the other room.
And with these
One signal is somehow gonna end up out of the whole building.
exactly.
Right.
We had somebody sabotage us once with these.
Oh,
Me and Cindy. It was our other friend Dawn came with us to do an escape room, and she was so sick of the fact that this was the third one that we made her do in the same escape room place that
my
she just
God.
started hiding the clues from us.
Oh, that's actually hilarious.
Oh my God! And she,
Dude, that might even be better than your kids that didn't mean to do it.
I.
It'd be awesome to watch.
And the thing with escape rooms is you have to solve a puzzle to get to the next puzzle to get to the next puzzle.
Yeah.
Right,
So, but you're you're interacting with the clues the entire time, and then you have to be like, oh, I have to use this here, or I have to use this there. So,
Sounds like so much fun.
oh my God! And I'm just telling you, I'm good. I know what's the up, down, left, right kind of thing. I'm good with this.
But I love it. I love the fact that it's even funnier, like when she like planned to do it. Because normally it's funny when it's not supposed to be planned.
At some point, I'm sure she still has it on her her Twitter or whatever it's called now. She was updating as we were moving through the escape room, like, "Mwahaha! I just hid this piece," because none of us were checking our phones. We were too busy trying to escape.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Here she is tweeting it all. That's... Now, did
Hey, look at me hiding shit from my friends in an escape room. We're all gonna die. LOL.
It's gonna come up on my memory soon because I remember it was over the summer,
Oh, right.
and we were wearing masks and stuff like that. So it is gonna come up on my memory soon. I will tag you all.
Okay.
Now,
when it comes up.
can the people who run the escape room see the people who are doing them? Like, are there cameras?
Yes, they have the cameras, and you can ask for clues. There,
okay.
There are some places that they'll either talk you time with clues, or they'll give you clues, or it's a free for all, or whatever else. If we get enough people to do this, they have a nice head-to-head escape room.
Oh, okay.
Ah.
That it's two groups. You're on teams, and you're trying to solve.
I'm on your team.
Oh, us versus my kids and your mom.
Yes. Yo, honestly, I feel because Abby loves escape rooms too.
Let's do it.
Yeah. So, well, she loves escape room. I could care less for it, but she should be on your team. I should be on the other team. You could put her mom on your team too.
There you go.
Love it. Absolutely. That would be amazing.
Totally.
But yeah, but if we did something head to head, it's very, very, very similar rooms, like identical puzzles, but
Slightly
not
different.
exactly, right, slightly different combinations or codes or whatever
You can't
else.
text each other, or one team can't be a mold for the other team.
Basically. And, But the goal is to get out of there first. So I've done a couple of these and it's cool. Because not only are you trying to escape the room, but now you want to beat the other team.
You mentioned
Yeah.
having a mole for the other team, and I feel like you should take your friend again just for that.
Okay, Dawn, I want you to hang out with my kids and Allison's mom in the
You
escape
can hang out. You
room.
can hang out with me too. They make me feel so dumb. Because I'll try to look for this stuff, and I'm trying to figure out like what goes with what.
Yeah. That reminds me, you do
think
know
they might-
Cindy.
I do know Cindy. Yeah.
You do know Cindy.
I
That's
actually
right.
asked if she wanted to come today, but she's working.
She's working. Oh my
Yeah.
god, that's so. Yeah, so her and I, we kick all the escape rooms butts.
That's awesome.
Okay. I believe you.
It's funny you mentioned how long you've known your friend Cindy, but I have a housemate right now that I've known since I was 3 years old.
That is crazy.
crazy?
Is it like your brother?
No, it's
Oh.
my friend Kim, who, when I first moved to Long Island from San Francisco, she lived up the street, actually on the same block I live on now. It's kind of crazy.
That's so weird.
It's kind of a weird world.
But I love how all that turned out.
Oh yeah,
I love how all that turned out. That is so cool.
yeah. She lives down the street from her old house, so it's kind of cool.
That is pretty cool. Actually.
There is something. I ended up moving back to the house that I grew up in because of the divorce and stuff like
Yeah.
that. And look, I appreciate it for absolutely everything that it is, and I can't lie. 10 years ago, if you would have been like, you would be living with your parents again, I'd be like, no, I'm an independent, strong adult. Absolutely not. Now I'm like, thanks for folding my laundry, Mom.
Well, it's funny
Yeah, right?
how life works like that, because I inherited, my father bought the house from my grandparents. That was my mother's parents. And so I moved back, and now my mother moved in with me because she can't live by herself anymore. So she's living in the house that her parents built. And it's kind of a cool situation that I can take care of her in this house.
And I've been to
Yeah.
your house.
Yeah,
That house has a soul.
It's probably got a lot of dead people in it. My dad died in the house.
Yeah, they're just hanging out with you in
He
it.
choked on a piece of meat. So if you eat meat, you should chew it. But I think
I mean, I
it's
try to
fine.
remember that.
Yeah, he died the way he lived, eating over the sink. But it's a creepy situation. I think someone else died at my house actually in November.
Okay.
That was bad. Yeah, Rob Chaffee. I don't know if you've heard of him.
Oh,
He was the joke Zoom, and
what?
yeah, that was a
Oh,
bad
man.
day for me.
Yeah, I think I met him once. I met him at one show.
Yeah,
I had no idea. Wow. I didn't even.
I can
about
honestly
that.
say that any day that does not start with me finding a dead body in my house is a good day.
This just took
This
a turn.
day has gotten.
You and I have slightly different standards, but we've also had slightly different experiences.
Tony, I think this just became an escape room.
I'm sorry.
We've got about 30 minutes left or we're all going to die.
That's why I'm wearing all black today.
You've got till 2 p.m.
I've had honestly, my former husband's new wife and I are friends now, which is
Okay.
great. No. They have a baby together. There's years
It's like
between.
a Reba McEntire show situation with Barbara Jean across the street.
I have never seen those. I don't know, but maybe. No. But there's years between my marriage to him and her marriage to him, so it's not like it's years. But he and I are divorced since 2018. So her and I hang out. We go to church together. We do like things like this together. No, it's very cute. It's very cute. The baby
so
is
nice.
great. The other kid is great. And I swear I had a point when I started telling this, and then I just completely lost it.
Yeah, you just started rambling.
I swear it went.
You're trying to
someplace.
forget the fact that this is an escape room now.
Maybe, yeah, maybe I am, but
Dressed in all black, Rob Chaffee.
Oh, her and I
Finding
had,
a dead body. Yeah.
at my daughter's birthday back in March. Her and I had a conversation in front of my ex-husband, negotiating terms, because I said, I'll let you have the insurance policies, I'll let you have this, but when that phone call comes, I get to be the one to identify the body.
Ooh,
Nice.
I don't think
I
I
like
like
that.
dead bodies.
I would think not.
Uh,
I don't know. I tend to like people better when they're alive.
But
That's just me.
But in this particular case, I don't know if you've met my ex-husband,
No.
but trust me, it would be more pleasant. I don't know.
All right.
I don't know. It's a crazy thing.
I
But
wasn't a big fan of my dad. Like I tell people that this is a true story. I was worried about Long Island and things were happening up here. So I called
Yeah.
him one day and I said, Dad, this is a totally true story. Are you the Long Island serial killer? And he said, Allison, those murders on the south shore of Long Island, that's a 45-minute drive from here. And first of all, how do you know that?
That sounds like a lot of work.
Yeah, I think he was saying there's a Sternberg University is a mile away. I can kill people there. But I did call the police on him because I didn't think the alibi was, the commute is too long. I couldn't have done it. They said he wasn't the Long Island serial killer. But
I mean,
until Rex Hooverman was caught, I wasn't so sure. But
I
I'm
mean-
not related to him at all.
I didn't think he was. It sounds inconvenient.
Yeah, he's kind of lazy.
Yeah.
Rex Huberman or
My dad.
Um,
Lazy.
well,
I'd be a terrible serial killer.
I would be too.
Too much
You
work.
want to know why? Because I would leave evidence somewhere. Like I would treat it just like an escape room.
Well, there are escape rooms where there are spookier ones. Like there's one out east where you can interact with Pennywise, who's taunting you as you're trying to escape him.
Oh.
Yeah.
That actually sounds kind of cool.
There
I don't
is
know
some
if I
kinda
like
cool
that
stuff.
idea or it terrifies me.
Well, it's kind of supposed to do both.
I know, I
Right.
guess.
Well, it's certainly meant to distract you.
Now, is it Pennywise from the It movie or Pennywise Tim Curry Pennywise? Like the campy.
I think
I don't
the It movie-
remember. I don't remember.
You don't remember?
Because the second one, or the movie one, was creepy as all get out.
I have not done that escape room in 5 years, maybe, so I do not remember which version
I'll
it
have to look
was.
into that.
I'm gonna guess Pennywise. Obviously, I don't
Yes,
know, but
Pennywise was dressed as Pennywise.
Yes, probably.
like that's like the version of it. Like
No, but
the
they're both
It.
Pennywise.
Oh well, I'm sorry.
Because
This is when we realized I'm bad at escape rooms.
and
And Stephen King novels.
yes, and color recognition apparently,
Maybe.
cinematic expertise. I don't know, but yeah. So there are all different kinds of levels of it, and then we go out and we celebrate after. As long as we escape. If we don't escape, there is prices to be paid.
We
What's
don't
what's
escape.
normally the
Yeah,
price?
what is?
You get left behind, and I drive home.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
See ya.
Escape the escape
Yeah,
place.
escape
See that?
this.
See that? Now you have to walk. Look at you.
It'll be fun though, and I'm so happy that Abby's down for it. I've never actually done any of them in the city.
Oh,
Okay.
I mean, I've done them in Queens, but I've never done Manhattan. I've never done Brooklyn. So
Are there any that you really want to do?
not that I haven't even looked into it because I'm like, but there's still ones on Long Island there's
Right.
like 2 rooms on Long Island that I still haven't done.
What are they?
In Riverhead, there is a place that's one escape room I haven't done that has 1 room left that I haven't done, and in Levittown they have a place that there is one there that I haven't. One of their rooms, it's new that they opened, and I haven't done
Okay.
that one
Yeah,
yet.
it's only like half a mile down the road.
I've done the other 2 rooms there. They named
Okay.
the alien Jeffrey. It's very cute.
Nice.
Yes.
Nice. Yo, but you did mention you're doing the podcast here now. Talk a little bit about it.
Okay, I am a add-on to the already established Circling the Drain podcast. The 2 guys who founded it, Ira and Sean, have been doing this for, I'm going to say 12 years, but it might be 14. They were doing it over in the studio on the other side of the parking lot for a while. But then they ended up coming here for, the
Yeah.
convenience of this. Once the studio was built, it really was very convenient.
Yeah.
And it was the 2 of them. They've mixed and matched and brought some people on here and there, but it is essentially a bunch of nerds, a bunch of male nerds, and they just need just
they just wanted a female.
they
for
just
once.
wanted a female on there.
It's been a big sausage fest for over a decade.
Well, no, there is a resident female also, but she is she's got other things going on right now, so she's in
Okay.
and out. So I'm just there to make sure that the uterus is represented.
Excellent.
That's nice.
I'm standing up. They ask me questions all the time. Oh, on behalf of all women. But what I really like about that podcast is it's actually formatted. So
Okay.
it's like a morning radio show, that the way that they keep it, but there is topics ready to go and games ready to go, and it's like we do shotgun stories, and then people can vote for who they want to win, and it's like, it's
Fun.
it's cool, right? I love podcasts like this. I love interview format. Tony and I have done some incredible ones here, but there is something I really like the formatted version of it. I like,
Okay.
and it's spontaneous, and we improvise it as we go,
Right.
and there's that acceptance, and moving it forward. I think it's very entertaining, and I really enjoy working with these guys.
That's awesome.
So, like, you do shotgun stories. Like, what would be like a shotgun story you would tell?
The one that I just told on the show the other night was about a fireworks heist that happened just prior to the 4th of July, where some guy, it was in Georgia, stole $42,000 worth of fireworks
Nice.
from the Grizzly McGrizzlestein Fireworks Co. or whatever it was in Georgia. But he loaded it into a U-Haul box truck and he took it out. So the sheriff found it suspicious. So he went there and he checked it out, and it was described in the paper exactly what he said, and it was, every time I do an accent, I just make it like this generic panhandle
Right.
accent. So you got your Floribama accent, you got
Oh,
your
yeah.
Oklahoma area accent. It's just this
I'll
general.
tell you what.
That's what it is. I just talk with a bit of a twang like this, and that. So I'm delivering these lines, and I'm talking about how, well, they just had boxes of all kinds of things. They had them sparklers, and the itty bitty Roman candles, and the poppy things you put
then-
on the floor. But this was the
And
quote
then they light
from the
them things up right there.
That was from
But that was the quote from the
Going out with some of the
deputy.
sparklers and just waving them around. That gets mighty fine dangerous.
What? So that was my story. Previously, I've talked about cars driving into the police station and stuff like that. But you know what always gets people?
What's that?
Interesting animal stories.
Oh my God, of course.
Okay.
In Gainesville, Florida, they once had on the front page of the paper a bull looked like it was raping a cop car.
Ooh.
And it actually, that's, even the animals don't.
I
like the
swear to
bulls.
God, I thought she was going to say an alligator story. Because it's Florida. But then out of nowhere, she's talking about the bull
It was
Florida.
the funniest thing
giving a
I've ever
cop car the horns.
Florida is equal opportunity meth.
seen. Of course, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
What else you got to do in the middle of Florida?
Sweat.
Oh, there's that.
Sweat.
You
Be-
sweat more, I guess. with the
Wrestling an
meth.
alligator while you're on meth and you're sweating.
Be
A
bitten
meth
by
lab
things.
blew up down the street from where I was living in Gainesville.
Wait, what happened?
A meth lab blew up.
Oh,
And I'm
what?
like, I don't want to worry about that. That's one of the reasons I'm like, New York, yes.
And I assume that you mean not some licensed pharmaceutical company.
Of course, it was Purdue, or maybe Eli Lilly. I don't know, one of the two down the street.
You blow up a meth lab in New York, there's going to be witnesses.
Actually, on my street, there's nobody. But I guess if you're gonna have a meth lab, come to Stony Brook.
You know what? It depends on where in New York. Then never
Yeah.
mind. Because like I'm associating like the city with it, and like I'm over here thinking like if you blow it up, like somebody's gonna see it, somebody's
see
gonna
it.
hear it.
There, honestly, if one is going to purchase meth from Long Island, I would not necessarily go to the city because I hear that Suffolk County.
When
is
I
pretty
get
lit.
my meth, I like to go to Setauket. That's
Ah,
like my neighborhood is so quiet that I went out of my house yesterday. I had to go get some blood work done at 9:30, and my car was surrounded by turkeys. There was like 25 turkeys in my driveway.
just attacked your
there
car.
there was 2 adults and a boatload of babies.
Did the turkeys pile up on top of each other to reenact what the bull was doing to
I
the
wish
cop
they had, 'cause
car
that would've
in
been
it?
a great
Especially if they
video.
were wearing like a trench coat.
They were role playing.
See, I screamed because I was like, "Oh my god!" and they all ran up the street.
You got enough turkeys there to make a trench coat.
Yeah, I did. There
It'll
were.
that edible trench coat will last you to Thanksgiving.
They're nasty. Those turkeys, though.
Oh, are they?
Oh my god, yeah.
Pour some gravy on them. That'll fuck their day up.
Yeah, I said that to my mom. I showed her, I'm like, look at the turkeys. And she goes, that could be dinner, I said. She's like, don't say that. I'm like, yeah, Thanksgiving.
And then your mom threw
Singing
stuffing
over
at it to fatten it up.
Yeah.
And then forgot where it went after she threw it.
You're gonna adopt one and feed it nothing but butter.
Nothing but butter.
Why'd you throw our stuffing on the floor? I didn't, Mom. That was you.
Have you been to my house? You've been listening in on us?
I've been listening to right now. I can picture it. See, because my dad doesn't have Alzheimer's, but like he'll forget like things he says. Like he's at the age where he just starts forgetting shit. I felt so bad because one day it was annoying me, and then I remember I called him I asked if he was senile. He was like, "Yes, you just figured that out."
Now, my dad is still physically very with it. Fortunately, my mom is still making sure that he's doing well and all this other stuff, but he's just God bless the man, but
Yeah.
you know, he's a senior citizen now. He's happy. He's like Mr. Magoo. You know, he's very big-hearted, very well-intended, just kind of goes around doing his thing, you know. Whatever happens, happens.
If I don't have my mom going to do something, she's obsessed with MSNBC, so she watched all day.
Oh.
And the other day, I went out to CVS to get a prescription. I was only gone like 15 minutes, and I came back, and she can only have been in what I can call I can only call it a panic orgasm.
Okay.
She was like, "You're never gonna believe what happened," and she was like gleefully upset. She's like, "Donald Trump is president again," and I was like, "I don't know what happened in the last 10 minutes, but I'm 100% sure that is not it." She's like, "No, it is. Come look," and I'm like, "It's not it. I'm gonna go make dinner."
It was the debate.
But she was so like stressed out but happy about it. I'm like,
See,
"Oh,
but-
wouldn't you be?"
Was it King Charles's coronation?
No, was not.
That would've
but,
been
but
interesting.
here's what
I forget
what
what was
happens.
happening.
Then your mom is gonna forget about it, and you're gonna be like, "You don't know what you just said. I don't even think any of us know what you just said."
That's pretty much every conversation we have.
Yeah.
Man, I have to be suspicious of my kids because they got the little doohickeys that they could just start recording things. Like, you know, I'll be talking and then Siri will start to pick stuff up, so I can't threaten them anymore.
Oh, my portal is my new best friend. It's a Facebook portal. I bought it so I could show her the house when I moved back, so she could see it on a bigger screen instead of just on her little phone. And now it's great because she asked me the same questions all day long about things. I'm like, just ask the portal. Just ask Alexa.
Yeah.
Alexa, what did Steve Bannon do to go to prison? And then Alexa says, Steve Bannon, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, see, talk to the portal.
I'm at the point where the
Right.
kids are like, "Ma, what is this? Ma," like we just did a small road trip to New England, blah blah blah. But they had questions about things. What is this thing? You know, I've never spent time in Rhode Island before. It was tiny and pleasant, you know. But we were going. Anyway, sorry, I'm going to reset for half a second. 90% of the questions that my children ask me, my response is check Google. Everything, just
Yeah.
check Google. Ma,
I don't give a shit to tell you. Just check Google.
It's called Google.
Ma, what's the weather going to be today?
Oh, that's the best one for Alexa. I'm like, Mom, ask the thing.
I never
Alexa,
even
what's the
thought to
weather?
ask anybody that. I just checked outside.
But you're
every day.
a grown up, and my kids are part. My 13-year-old thoroughly denies that she's part of Generation Alpha,
Okay.
but she absolutely fits the bill for it because those are the kids who had
Yeah.
everything their whole lives, you know.
Yeah.
But she's like, I deny being a millennial because I was born in 1980, so I always
So
thought
is it
I
like
was an X.
is it like technically you are?
They switched the years.
Oh, okay.
Bastards.
X used to be, or at least that I had seen, it was anywhere from 78 to 82.
No, X starts younger than that.
No, X starts in 65, I believe. But
Oh, yeah.
the end of it is anywhere from 78
Oh,
to
okay.
82. So me
Okay.
being right smack
So
in the
you're,
middle
like,
of that,
right there.
I'm like, oh, I'm a Generation X, no problem. And no, I was kicked out of the club.
It's a cool club.
Who
I'm
told you
Generation
this?
I was at the internet.
X. Internet.
The children told me that.
The children told me I couldn't be there anymore.
At least they're not calling me boomer. I am happy with that.
Oh God, that would piss me.
I mean, that would. Yeah, I mean, you're a little late for that.
And I had to explain to my kids the other day what boomer meant. We were having a conversation about, you know, generations and stuff like that. Oh, yeah, grandma and grandpa, they're the baby boomers because they were born after World War II when everybody came home. And,
Yeah.
you know, that's why they're the baby boomers. And they're like, I don't get it. I'm like, the word boomer?
This is why they're bad at escape rooms.
Exactly.
But so I had to, they didn't know where the origin of the word boomer came from. Like,
funny.
it's just, so they don't know what X is either. Fine, I'm going to leave it like that. But what's millennial, Mom? I'm like, I can't even with you.
It's called Google.
Just Google.
See, the way you are with Gen X, I'm like that with Gen Z. Because I was like right smack in the middle too. Me and Abby are like right there.
So what are you, 90?
I'm 95.
95.
She's 96.
Okay. So I was in
Yeah.
high school when you guys were born.
Yeah.
All right. That's cool.
I would say millennial.
I would like to say millennial on your behalf just because I know the pain.
Yeah. Like
I know what it's like.
I'm pretty sure I know what I am. That's what I thought I've been my whole life.
But nope.
So like, what am I supposed to think?
Apparently they defined us as something different. But
The 13-year-olds are gonna tell me I'm wrong.
I love being part of the generation, though, that all this nostalgic crap is being catered to, though. I love seeing celebrities on my infomercials. I'm loving this. I love that. I think it's for car insurance or something like that. They have the guys from Scrubs doing it like
Oh no, that's internet. I think.
something like that.
I just think of the Geico
It's
Gecko.
T-Mobile.
They have yet to resurrect the Geico Gecko, but you know,
Why?
I love the gecko.
but when I'm watching
You still
stuff,
let Flo do commercials for Progressive.
Yeah, she's been there since 1812.
Yeah,
It's true.
Exactly.
it is true. It's just
She's
this
been selling car
resurgence.
insurance before cars were even a thing.
What I did not like
She's very
was
ahead of her time.
Liberty Mutual did the Limu Emu or something like that.
Yeah.
Like
Car insurance for horse carriages.
what?
I'm sorry.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah, you see it.
Sorry.
Oh, 1920. Got it.
Yeah.
Even though they had the automobiles then, didn't they?
I don't know.
Right? They had the fancy with the automobiles.
Well, you know what? Some of the cops in the city still ride horses.
Yeah,
No.
they, around the country they do that, and in D.C. they do that a lot.
Oh, do they? I didn't know that. I thought it was just a New York thing.
But sometimes, every once in a while, you hear the story where, like, it only like you needed a horse to get there, and like the cops, you know, I don't know. I'm a fan of the.
Well, the National Park Service has, like, down on the National Mall, you'll see the cops on the horses,
Yeah.
which is kind of cool.
Well, because
That
if
is
you
cool.
run, you know, if you're in a car, there's only so much landscape you can
Yeah,
go over. A horse, I think, can do.
Can do better.
Yeah, they could swim. They could fly.
They could jump over your car.
They could jump over your car. They could pretend they're a bull
Yo,
would be
that's
terrified.
that'd
or
be
a
pretty.
pile of turkeys.
That'd be pretty cool to be able to jump over traffic.
I don't know if
I always wanted that when I was like a young early driver. Like, you know how you see the things that deliver cars, those super big like tractor trailers
yeah,
that
yeah.
have like 10 cars on them, and they're like ramps, and sorry.
You're right.
And you see one of those and you're like, oh, I could just accelerate and launch off of it because I was a dumbass.
Well, you know what it is? Because me and PJ also go through the city to like try to avoid some of the tolls.
Okay.
And
Sucker.
I wish we had a horse right now. Like just thinking about it.
Why don't you mass transit and like Uber from Hicksville or Bethpage or something?
I mean, but then I have to take NJ Transit all the way back home.
It's true.
Yeah. That would
Yeah.
suck.
Yes.
So that's
How
like
much
2
is
or
the
3
Verrazano
trains.
these days?
Which one?
The Verrazano.
Verrazano.
Just wondering. I used to love that bridge growing up.
Oh. I think it's around 15, but I'm not sure. I'd have to double
I
check.
used to love driving over that.
No, because what happens is because like I don't see like the toll, so they end up just billing it like by
Of
mail.
course, yeah.
So I'll get like one for like 2 or 3 of them, and then I'll just pay that. So like I don't know the exact price of it
Got it.
because like I won't be looking at it. I'll just look at what I have to pay.
I have the
Yeah.
Easy Pass, so at least I'm not paying the fees on top of it.
Yeah.
You know, so I think that they're around $15 now. I'm not really sure.
I've been
Something like
I've been
that.
procrastinating getting Easy Pass again.
I used to have it when I drove over that.
You don't necessarily need it anymore, but if they're banging your license plate and charging you a fee for
Yeah.
it, doesn't it just make
Makes
sense?
I just don't want to be on the phone for a half an hour because I know how that's gonna go.
Financially, that is not a wise decision. I
I
suggest
know.
that you get on the phone.
I think the half hour will save you some money in the long run.
Yeah, you're
like
right.
switching to Geico.
I need a gecko in my life that I could step on mid sentence.
Aww. Okay.
Gecko?
He's so tiny talking about car insurance.
I
I just wonder where he got the accent from.
don't know. It's not a panhandle accent.
Yeah.
I think
true.
it'd be funny if he went out there talking like, "Oh, look at these people."
Yeah, would you really trust
Look at
that?
me. I know me a lot about some car insurance. Yeehaw!
Yeah, I trust that.
Right?
I have friends who have worked for Geico since when it was like when they got out of college. So we're talking for over 20 years. I have people who are working for Geico, and apparently the Gecko does not actually work there. The office is in like Woodbury, I want to say, something like that.
The
But
Gecko doesn't work there, then forget Geico.
exactly.
Glad I have something else.
We can get you a real yeehaw down payment on that deductible right there.
Yikes. Ugh.
However, I am now a huge fan of the apps and stuff like that because it's so much easier to do everything from the apps, including Geico, I find.
Oh,
Yeah.
there's an app for everything. Again, I could check my cat's cat litter box with the app. I have too much in my house attached to the internet, though. I've got like My bed sends me notifications about how I slept. The lock on the front door tells me when someone comes or goes. And now I can check on how much my cat has pooped.
You know,
on the app.
if I do something like for so long, like I get kind of like stuck to it.
Like
And,
Dookie.
Yeah, a lot like Kitty Dookie,
There
a
you
lot
go.
like that. But then I'll, you know, like think of like an app or something, and I'll forget to download it because I'm so used to doing one thing one way.
The cats have used the litter box 6 times today.
Yay!
He's 26 pounds. He's got a lot to let out.
That
There's
is
4
6 stickers. Oh.
He's 4 cats
I
by.
have 4
yeah, he's
cats
4
now.
cats by himself.
Yeah, he is. I have 2 cats, and my housemate has 2. And they've spent an average of 38 seconds each time.
Now, do you just have the one litter box, or do you have, like, stations?
Right now we have 5 litter boxes.
So that's counting all 5.
No, this is only the one that has the automatic one.
Oh, so it's not like you have 5 of those, and they've only... So they could have peed, like, 47 times.
They could have, yeah. But for this one, and
Now
I'm trying
I'm
to
much less
move them
impressed.
I have 2 of these.
I'm impressed that you could do that 47 times.
Well, there's 4 cats.
4 cats.
And clearly you've never been a pregnant woman.
Yeah, that's true. I just look like one.
You just play one on TV.
Yeah, I just role play with myself.
What happened to you not doing the Lord Farquaad
Look,
look
guys,
anymore?
look, it's kicking. I mean, I still do it. I still say that on stage.
Because with the face now, and the not as fluffy hair anymore.
Well, like the hair's not like as fluffy as it used
It's
to
not
be?
as Farquaad-y.
Oh, okay.
You don't look so Farquadian.
All right. I mean, I still say it on stage. It still gets laughs.
There you go.
That's all that matters.
Yeah, as long as it's still working.
Just stop shitting on my routine, Mo.
Mo, I still say that. God.
Tina, have some ham.
Mo, come give me some dinner. Tina, you fat lord. Gosh.
Gosh.
Oh, man.
I haven't watched Napoleon Dynamite in forever.
I know, same.
I want to watch that now.
I just remember, like, the 2 lines from it.
I just realized also, somebody just reminded me that, because they were coming at me with Walk Hard lines, like the
Yeah.
Dewey Cox movie, John C. Reilly, and oh my God, it was just an amazing movie.
Yeah.
And they were coming at me with stuff, and I couldn't fire back. Like, I used up, like, my 5 good quotes, and then I felt so stupid standing there just being like, I'll have some water.
So I did a show in Broadway Comedy Club. This was like really early, like in comedy, like 2019. Like this is like when I like first started going to the city. And you know, me, Abby, and a friend of ours who was ended up being one of her bridesmaids at the wedding, we're all going to the city together. We ended up meeting like 4 people on the train, and it was a bringer show. I needed like 6, so like it worked out perfectly. But that's a story for another day. When we come back, like we start quoting, like we start talking about Spaceballs, we start talking about Monty Python.
Oh, I love it.
And like all the Spaceballs quotes, I was going so in on. And the funniest part about it was like the other people like on the train would start joining in as we were doing like all the quotes. And then because it was a 2-car train, like there was 1 floor and then one below us, we could hear people from like the lower cart down below that were doing it also.
So they're yelling out, "We ain't found shit."
Exactly. Somebody go out there and comb the area. I knew it, Tony. I'm surrounded by assholes. Oh, man.
I love, and again, that's part of this nostalgia that I'm happy is a thing now.
Everybody
that's kinda
loves
like
Pizza
coming
the
back. Everybody loves Pizza the Hut, and you know, and I will show my children these movies, and I'm like, now you have to understand.
I think I look a little bit like Pizza the Hut too. If I do say so myself.
You definitely have better hair than Pizza the Hut.
Oh, for sure. I got the body of Pizza the Hut though. I always tell people I have an hourglass body like Shakira, except my hips lied to you. Because I look more like Pizza the Hut.
So
now I know why they lied.
Well, you said you're going to be personal training, so are you going to be sacrificing your physique for that? Your comedic physique?
You know, I really don't know. Working out has been a big part of my life, though. Mm-hmm. You know, for like 15 years, because I started playing football in high school. Mm-hmm. So ever since then, you know, I've been going to the gym, and that's just been a big stress reliever for me. Mm-hmm. And what made me start thinking about it was because coming out of college, I wanted to do broadcasting, but we weren't making any money with it, and we were really struggling at one point. Mm-hmm. So I ended up taking a lifeguard test and ended up getting a lifeguard position with Robert Wood back home, which turned into, me learning how to like properly swim, like learning the strokes and becoming a swim instructor.
That's awesome.
And what made me, kind of think about personal training and, deciding to finally take the jump on it basically was that. Because, comedy at that time kind of took like a step back because we needed money, and yeah, that's how I started thinking about it. Long story short.
So jumping into personal training came with jumping into the pool.
A little bit. I was thinking about it before. Mm-hmm. Like, I started thinking about it, like, in 2019. I remember, like, I had a conversation with, like, one of, like, the big bosses in, like, Robert Wood. It just didn't end up going anywhere.
Was it Robert Wood himself?
No.
How about Robert Wood Jr.?
I forget the guy's name. I
the
know.
Third?
But it put the idea in your head. That's great.
Are we just gonna keep counting 4, 5, 6, 7, 8?
No, I'm just waiting for this to. I'm waiting to hear what you have to say next.
Oh, okay. I think his name was RJ, but
okay, good to know.
I don't remember.
I think his name was Pete.
It started with an R.
But not Robert.
No, not Robert.
What if he wasn't a junior because his dad was like Robert X Wood and he was Robert
And he
James
just had a different
Wood?
middle name?
Yeah, right. I hear people get mixed up with that all the time.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know why you would do that. Like, why are you giving like one person like one name and then you're giving the other person a different middle name?
It's
People are weird.
People are just weird.
You're just mixing it up.
Didn't George Foreman have like 8
And you don't
kids
really
named
need to.
George or
yeah,
something?
13, I think.
Because now you're gonna have to call him the middle name throughout his whole life.
Well, I named my daughter after me. I named my firstborn daughter after me. My maiden name was Quinn. So I
Okay.
was married. Her full name is Quinn Meltzer, but
Okay, that's not that bad.
Right,
That's
but-
your last.
so
name.
I did name my daughter after me.
My grandparents named both kids. Like I have John Edward Gill III, and my aunt was Verna Lynn Gill, which was the same name as my grandmother. They both were like self-centered people.
All right. That
Karma,
makes sense.
man. Maybe that's why my daughter is a little aggressive and feisty. And she's an excellent driver, though.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
No road rage.
Well, it's a shame that she's only 13 and, can't.
Oh.
But it's okay. One day
She'll grow into it.
she'll grow into
She'll grow
it.
into the road rage.
Yeah. Well, if she's on Long Island, it comes with,
Yeah.
No, my kids have been in the car their entire lives. Their father's storm chasing. So we've
Nice.
done family storm chasing. It's great. So my kids are fine for 18 hours in the car.
I think you've told me this actually.
Yeah, the Long Island to Louisville. We have talked about the storm
that's
chasing.
fine.
Yeah. You want to talk about it a little bit before we get off the air?
I'll tell you my current thoughts on it.
All right.
The new movie Twister, like Twisted or
I
Twister-ish,
think it's Twisters.
whatever it is. I'm thinking about it. My stomach is actually turning.
Oh, yuck.
Like that's how because there's so much reality to storm chasing and what happens to people and what people actually go through and stuff like that. And
Oh, I see what you mean.
so now this is just, but I'm sure that this is the same reaction when people who have, like drowning trauma see a movie about a ship going down or something.
So is this like, does a lot of it like have to do with like people just getting like too close to it, or
The devastation and the life ruining?
like getting too close to the storm?
No, I've driven through some hairy stuff. Never a tornado, and I've always been pretty good with that. My ex-husband would be running the computer as we were going. The kids would be uselessly sitting in the back, but not making any noise, so that was great.
I would think it'd be
Probably
more
because they were
seeing-
scared of the storm.
Seeing the devastation after the storms might be pretty hard.
Because my area was sandy.
Okay.
12 years ago, the area that I grew up in completely leveled. We were living in there as a family at the time. They were, I had 2 babies at it, but that is what also inspired my ex-husband to really go and do, because at the time, there wasn't as much not on the ground information. Like videoing storms was still kind of a new thing and putting it out on the internet. So that is where all of that went. But I'm not saying don't see the movie Twister. Jr. I'm just saying that I am probably not going to be seeing it.
I'm that way though with political movies. Like I don't want to see political movies. I've worked on so many.
Because
campaigns.
you were involved in that, and now you just kind of want to wash your hands.
I want when I go to the movies for it to be something not like my actual life. Like
I
I
don't-
never watched West Wing.
I don't like going into a pool outside of work, so
There you go.
I don't want to do that either.
I would like to plug my website.
Yeah, go ahead.
ALYSONCHADWICK.com. It's Allison with a Y. It's got all my shows coming up, so please go there.
But you mentioned 3 of your other shows. We did mention the Long Island Laugh Off
Long
as
Island
one of them.
Laugh
So
Off. On the 26th, I'll be at Gotham in the city. I'm doing, that's the 26th at 7:30, 6:30, and on the 27th, I'll be at McGuire's 9:30 show. Get your tickets now. Governors.com.
all right, everybody, we have officially brought our Jersey stench over to Long Island. This room stinks. Oh, brother, this guy stinks. But anyways, catch us every second and fourth Friday of the month right here on Governor's Radio. Like, comment, share, subscribe to Governor's Comedy Club podcast. Also, like, comment, share, and subscribe to Hot Tag Takes with Johnny Sharp and friends. We just passed 2,000 subscribers, Tony.
Woohoo!
But anyways, like I said, catch us every second and fourth of the month. We out!